If you're gonna wrap up a season of an anime, this is how you do it, baby. My Hero Academia Season 4's finale. The fight with Endeavor versus Nomu with Hawks. His backstory, which showcases an interesting perspective on who Endeavor truly is and what he represents. Just all around the chaos and madness that was this episode. Absolute flames, pun 150% intended, because boy, that was a plus ultra ass finale. Let's talk about it, baby. My Hero Academia Season 4 finale.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move.
That's how it be, though. Okay, people, so My Hero Academia's Season 4 finale finally hit, and I ain't gonna lie, they came out swinging. For starters, the art and animation was on some godlike shit for a lot of the battle. You see Endeavor versus the Noble, and shit is intense, very, very crazy. To be honest with you, I remember reading this in the manga, and I was like, oh, the Studio Bones outdid themselves by far with the battle between Endeavor and the Nomu, and even the little scenes. Like, I love the extra bits that they did to really step it up, so to speak, where you got Hawks running backwards with Endeavor. It's just like funny stuff, but at the same time, it's showcasing a quality of animation. It's not just like BS and nothing like that. I was like, this is freaking insane. And I love the way it was flashing back and forth between Endeavor's family life and what he got going on right now. Because if you look at it, his whole story is a story of redemption. This is a man that he did a lot of terrible things. He made a lot of mistakes on his quest to get to the top. Very misunderstood. I'd argue, like, if you was to categorize him with one word to describe him, it'd be misunderstood. Because, you know, even his own kids, I think it was Natsuo was like, why doesn't he just give up? Like, he gave up chasing his dream of becoming the #1 hero. And the mom is like, he never gave up. And let's even talk about that, because, you know, she went to the crazy home because of what happened with Endeavor, and the fact that, first of all, she's recovered, so a little bit of progression on his family side in that aspect, but also the fact that Endeavor's been trying to make amends for it. You could argue that people are going to look at it, and this is where, because I remember when these chapters was coming out, people were ranting and raving, saying horrible shit about Horikoshi trying to give this character some redemption. You got to argue, like, the problem where I could see why people don't want him to redeem himself is, when did the flowers start coming in? What I mean by that is, when did he start sending the flowers to the mother? When did he start trying to come around? Has it been all this time? Has it been a few years? Or was it within recent times of him becoming the #1 hero? Because if that's the case, then it almost kind of feels like a real dirty thing, like, oh, I made my goal, I became #1 now, let me go back and now try and repair shit. If it was before that, if it was before All Might had to step down and Endeavor was, you know, basically thrusted into that position, then it would be different. It'd be like, okay, you know, he doesn't care, whatever, he just wants his family back, or he wants to make amends with his family. But that's where it's a slippery slope, in my opinion, from my perspective. It's like, if he's just doing it because he already got what he wanted, and now he's like, oh, I feel bad because I got what I wanted now, then it just looks shitty. So that's something, I guess, to look into. But it was just beautifully done, the way they played it off of, again, going back and forth between the battle and then his family. The battle and his family, and him trying to showcase the world, because he has so much to prove at this particular point. You got to think, he is now truly #1. The last episode prior to the finale, you know, they showcased he became #1. Not in the way he wanted, and not everybody's looking at him like this is the hero that we want. Everybody's still looking at All Might. Right now, Endeavor is still in the shadow of All Might. So a battle like this is honestly just what he needed to give a little bit and restore a little faith to the people that, yo, even though the symbol of peace is no longer All Might, we have a new symbol. And just so much of this battle was very important to Endeavor's character, his progression, where he's at, where he's going. Like, especially the end of the battle where he's with his arm up, you know, just raising it up like, victory and shit like that. Very, very dope, and it reminded me of All Might. And it showcased a few different things, to be honest with you. For starters, it showcased that, yeah, he'll never be All Might. He'll never be able to replace All Might. There will never be another symbol of peace like All Might, but he could carve out his own lane. So even though he was trying desperately for years and years to, you know, reach that level and surpass All Might, now he got to carve out his own lane and become his own person, and not think about how do I pass All Might. It's how do I become a hero that people can really look up to and feel like they're safe now. So that's something. But also, going back into the family stuff, it was just, it's tragic all around, because you got to think, like, while he's trying to gain the public's, affection or gain the public's support, at the same time he's fighting for his family too. You get the shots of Todoroki looking at him, and even though his son Natsuo doesn't really like him or rock with him like that, he's feeling bad. So the way they played that off was it was great. Honestly, it made the battle even more intense. Like, had we not had the family dynamic, it would have just been like, cool, Endeavor had a great fight, and don't get me wrong, it was a great fight, especially just seeing Hawks getting involved. And I ain't gonna lie, for the few times that we've seen Hawks, he was just introduced last episode, right? I mean, he might have been shown before or talked about before, but he's only been in like a couple episodes. His personality really shined. And seeing him fighting and just seeing his philosophy on being a hero, which is interesting, and season 5 will expand upon that dramatically. But Hawks was just a really cool dude, but Endeavor's situation, because there was a family dynamic, because it was personal, because he's fighting so many different avenues and trying to go so many different directions, it made it that much more intense. And oh my gosh, when the normal scarred him on his face, scratching his eye out and shit, it was like, yo, they showed, first of all, they made sure they left it all bloody and shit to showcase this is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I was through the moon. That whole battle, the whole thing with the family, everything about it was just, it was great. They really freaking, I think this went up to like chapter 190 of the manga, and the manga is currently like 267. So we only got like 70 something chapters left. That's crazy, but they outdid themselves. And even after that, even after we get that intense battle, great way to, just solidify Endeavor as a true hero of his own, his own legacy being created right then and there as being number one. We get that. Great shit. But then we even get an extra piece at the end that I know a lot of people, it might have went over their heads. If they're not manga readers especially, they're probably like, what the hell is going on? And that's the scene where you see Deku and he has that like black aura around him up to his mouth, and you see like what seemingly is predecessors to One for All next to him, and then he wakes up and his whole room is messed up and his hand is glowing. Like, that scene in general was a great way to leave people like, what the hell is supposed to happen next? Because if it was just ending the episode and giving us the season finale of, oh shit, Endeavor's the new number one, he had a great fight, it was emotional and shit like that, that's a great way to end it. Getting people to be like, what the hell is going on with Deku, which at the end of the day, this is My Hero Academia, Deku's story. That was even better. That's gonna leave anime only viewers like, yo, what the hell is going on? And I loved it. I think that was a nice treat, although there was a scene that I'm kind of like a little disappointed that they didn't add, and I think they're going to add it next season and get more into it next season. But there was no scene with this one character that's supposed to show up and say something that is kind of a part of the whole dynamic of Endeavor. I mean, you see a little glimpse, like when, and I'm trying to be as spoiler free as I possibly can, when you see a shot of his family and his kids. Where's that scene that manga readers know who I'm talking about? Why was it not shown? Like, I guess they have plans for next season. But yeah, just all around My Hero Academia season 4, I feel they outdid themselves times 10. They outdid themselves and really showcased, they stepped it up. Like, you look at every season, I guess in retrospect now, because season 4 wrapping up, we had the gentle stuff, and I never really got to talk about the gentle stuff. I honestly felt, just to throw that in there real quick, that that was done even better than the manga as well. I feel as though the anime from My Hero Academia truly takes the manga and brings it to another level. So the gentle stuff with Love Lover, even though it's weird, I know supposedly Love Lover is like, or 21 or 20 or some shit like that. That's one of the only thing I'm like, feels kind of creepy. I understand she's supposed to be whatever, but that's that weird anime shit that I don't like sometimes, when they take like, yo fam, that's a lowly. That's not a 20 something, that's a lowly, fam. Stop playing with me. But aside from that, gentle stuff was good. This Endeavor shit for 2 episodes only, even better, way better. Great way to wrap this whole bad boy up of season 4. And if you just look at it in comparison to like the previous seasons, like season 2 is better than season 1. You could argue season 3 better than season 2, or maybe it's even, I don't know, because season 2 is really strong, and now season 4, I would definitely say like this Endeavor fight with Hawks against the normal, even better than All Might versus One for All. But I'm curious what you guys think about this. First of all, how did you feel about season 4 of My Hero Academia? The gentle stuff, everything before that, this finale, this 2-part finale with Endeavor and Hawks versus the normal. What do you think about Hawks, his introduction? How do you feel about Endeavor's life and what he's going through on the personal side as well as on the professional side with the hero stuff? Do you feel as though he will be able to solidify his legacy in his own right of being the number 1 hero, or do you think there's going to be conflict there? And your overall thoughts on My Hero Academia's anime thus far? It's going to be a grueling wait, even though it's already been confirmed. Season 5 is coming. It's been confirmed. It's going to be a grueling wait for that season 5, which will probably be I want to say early next year. I doubt it'll be end of this year. I mean, we only got like 77 chapters anyway, but your overall thoughts of season 4, and I need season 5. That was so freaking good. The cliffhanger, the battle, everything is like My Hero Academia. The anime is hands down greatness, like especially shit like that. I was hyped. But that's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in and salute. My Hero Academia Season 4. That was a banger, baby. That was hype.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace. Last time, I'ma say last time. Moving on to the future, leave the memories as a pastime. Memories always feel like the worst. Letting all the past, leave it in a hearse. Sometimes I wanna lie, but I don't. Why lie when truthfully you get caught in it? Then usually is all off and shit, uncalled for shit. Now I'm off the shit. Maybe lately what I've been facing got me crazy. No, I can't take it. Maybe